Welcome to the Master Cars Pro channel. Today we'll talk about the problems and weaknesses of Skoda Scala. Size isn't everything. It's all well and good being able to fit 11 suitcases into the boot of a Skoda Octavia, but not everyone's family is that indecisive when it comes to holiday packing. That's where the Skoda Scala comes in, which is still highly practical and excellent value for money. But doesn't have an enormous rear end that makes it difficult to park in a multi-story. The Scala offers a choice of 2 petrol engines and 1 diesel. The entry-level 1.0-liter turbo with 94 bhp is perky enough, but the 113 bhp version has a bit more overtaking urge, along with a 6-speed gearbox for more refined motorway cruising. The 148 bhp 1.5-liter petrol engine is pretty swift and very refined, while the 113 bhp 1.6 diesel is good for those who cover an annual mileage that would put a taxi firm to shame. There are 5 trim levels to choose from, every one of which includes automatic emergency braking, AEB, and lane keep assistance as standard. As trim gives you half 16-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights, and a 6.5-inch touchscreen with a DAB, radio, and Bluetooth. Step up to SE for rear parking sensors, auto lights and wipers, cruise control, and upgraded 8-inch infotainment system that includes Apple CarPlay and Android Auto to mitigate the lack in built sat-nav. Although SE technology added in late 2020 does include the latter along with the parking sensors. SEL includes 17-inch alloys, 9.2-inch infotainment touchscreen with sat-nav, and a 1025-inch digital instrument cluster. Monte Carlo trim is more of a styling package, bringing a sportier interior and exterior, but it does include a panoramic glass roof. Where the Scala excels isn't being a calm and competent performer on the road. It can trouble the Ford Focus in being fun to drive, but it does do a great job of smoothing over the worst road surfaces without being bouncy. The compromise is that it can feel a little floaty over crests and dips at speed. You'll also notice more suspension noise, along with higher levels of wind and road roar that you'll find in some of its rivals, particularly when traveling along a motorway. The Scala will lean over more in the bends due to its soft suspension, but it still grips the road well and handles very tightly. Plus, its steering increases in weight progressively as you turn the wheel, giving you the confidence to drive the car briskly. Another strong suit of the Scala is practicality, that it has plenty of room in the front and plenty of adjustment in the driving position is a given for the class. But what's different about the Scala is that it has a really spacious back seat that copes well with bulky child seats and lanky teenagers. The boot is big too, shouldn't have any trouble taking a push chair. We even managed to squeeze even carry-on suitcases into it with no issues whatsoever. That's not as many as an Octavia will swallow, granted, but still much more than most other family cars can take. Predictably, the 1.6 diesel has the lowest fuel consumption at 57.7 mpg, but don't discount any of the petrol alternatives, because the difference isn't that vast. The least powerful 94 bhp 1.0 has a combined figure of 53.3 mpg, and both the 113 bhp 1.0 and 148 bhp 1.5 managed to achieve 51.4 mpg, the latter being helped by clever cylinder deactivation technology that costs fuel consumption at a constant cruise. No Scala is quite old enough yet to take advantage of the fixed price servicing that applies to examples between the ages of 3 and 10 years old. You can purchase a service plan that covers the next 2 services with prices starting from £17 per month over 24 months, or an upfront fee of £408. If you have an automatic Scala, make sure that its gearbox oil has been changed every 4 years or 40,000 miles. It isn't part of the routine maintenance schedule, rather it's a recommended service. However, woe betides anyone who doesn't have this carried out, because if the gearbox fails to do infrequent oil changes, you'll be the one footing the bill for its replacement. There have been 2 recalls issued relating to the emergency call system, which automatically sends an SOS signal to the emergency service when the SOS button is pushed, or when the system deems it prudent, such as when the airbag are deployed in a collision. However, the software issue on examples made between 10 July 2019 and 7 February 2020 could prevent the system from functioning correctly and will require an update at a Skoda dealer. In addition to this, some Scalas built between 28 August and 17 September 2019 will need to have the online connectivity unit OCU. That is a part of this feature replaces as part of the second recall. The Scala is a little too new to have appeared in the latest What Car Reliability survey. However, Skoda as a brand managed an excellent 5th place finish out of 31 car manufacturers, so hopefully the Scala will be equally dependable. If you only do short journeys in town, the entry-level 94 bhp 1.0 liter should serve you just fine. We recommend you upgrade to the more powerful 113 bhp version because it gains an extra gear ratio for superior long-distance driving. The 1.6 diesel only makes sense if you do lots of miles, since it's rarer, more expensive than an equivalent petrol, while the 1.5 petrol would be worthwhile if you can find one for similar money to a 1.0 liter. A 7-speed dual clutch automatic is available on the 113 bhp 1.0 liter, 1.5 and 1.6 diesel, but manual is superior choice unless you really have to have a self shifter. Of the 5 trim levels, SE provides all the useful equipment you'll need, bar sat-nav, but at least it gets full smartphone connectivity, so you can use a navigation app from your phone instead. Well, if you are the owner of this car, then please describe the problems that you had to face during the operation of the car. Perhaps it is your feedback that'll help viewers when choosing a car. That's it for today. Thanks everyone for attention. It isn't much work for you to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.